Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, coming to you to talk about Are You Too Comfortable? This is a goodie. This is one we're going to really dig into in your thought process. So thank you for joining me. I would love to know where you are in the world, where you're watching this from, and if you are live or if you are a replay. And if you've got any questions, please just share them, let me know, and let's get this message out here. So, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. So the question is, are you too, are you too comfortable? Now, what does that mean? What does being comfortable mean? Because we know that comfort changes with each environment. When different people are around, when different things happen to our day, if we've had a decent sleep or not. So what is actually comfortable for you? Are you too comfortable? So first I want to know what you think comfort is. And so when I think about comfort, one of the things I think of is someone, if you're happy, and I'm not talking about pom-pom happy, I'm just talking about happy, just happy, living life, not thinking about anything. Could also be complacency, just complacent, just living, and somebody who's plateau, they're just plateau. So when you think about that, comfort, that's what the word comfort means to me. Cozy, nurturing, loving, your favorite blanket or your favorite jumper, it's comfortable, or your favorite elastic pants instead of tighter trousers or jeans. So comfortable. What is comfort? And so when I think about this, I think about how do you actually know if you are truly in that comfortable space? And when I talk about living day by day, I think about you're just doing things one step in front of the other without actually even thinking of things that you're doing. You're just moving forward. You're not thinking about so there's no worry about where you're going, no fear about the future, no fear about what's happened, no future thoughts, and you're just surrendering to the unknown. But when I talk about surrendering to the unknown, I don't necessarily mean surrender to the universe and just let it be. I'm talking about just, okay, what'll be will be. No emotion, very neutral, and that's where comfort can lie. So when we think about if you know you're in a comfortable place and all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, this week's gone by. What's happened? I didn't even know that it's now Friday. Or we've got Easter coming up and all of a sudden you're like, we're in Easter. Where did this year go? We've got COVID things happening in New Zealand. Today is day 2 of 1 year ago we had our big lockdown. It's really interesting to go, where's that year gone? And that's when you're sitting in that comfortable space of, I didn't even know a whole year had gone by. Now, there's nothing right or wrong about sitting in that comfortable space. There is nothing right or wrong about sitting in that space. It's just comfort. But we do get too comfortable in certain spaces. And when we're sitting like that, it tends to be you tend to relax more about what's going on. You tend to eat more because you're just comfort. You tend to not do the exercise that you're used to doing and pushing yourself towards, or your goals are pretty comfortable. You know what I'm talking about. So Dr. John Demartini actually talks about maximum growth occurs at the border of support and challenge. So when you're comfortable, there is a balance of support and challenge, but there's possibly more support going on as when you're sitting in that comfortable place. Because when you're comfortable, the grass does grow around you. You know those times. So think of a time when you were comfortable. Think of that time that things were just happening, one step in front of the other, blasé, blah-de-blah. I'm just trying to think, like drinking the same cup of tea, the same lifestyle that you're doing, nothing's changing in your world. That's comfort. Now, there's nothing wrong with comfort, but if you'd like to level up, definitely it's time for you to challenge yourself for that. Dr. Demartini also talks about distress occurs when challenge far exceeds support. So when you get so much challenge and you don't see the support, that's when distress comes on. And that's when your stress comes on, and that can affect your sleeping, your eating, your mood, the people around you. Everything can happen if you're getting more challenge than support. And if you are burnt out, it's wise to look at where and what that support is to settle you down. Because if you're actually feeling frazzled all the time, you're not seeing the value in what's going on around you. So the quick solution is, where is that support coming from? What is that support happening to me? How is this serving me in my world? And that's if you're burnt out and you're struggling. Now, sometimes when you're burnt out and struggling and you feel like you are in a dog's pit and you just can't get out, or a muddy pit, and your Wellington boots are stuck and you're just trying to move forward and you can't, that's okay. Just stay there until it feels comfortable to move out of that. And then ask yourself, where is that support coming from? Who can help me here? What is the value of this happening to me? What are the benefits to this? How is this up-leveling my life? Now, maybe your first reaction will be, it is not, because we know that we can get really frustrated. I say to clients, what's the benefit to you of that? How's this serving you? And I ask the same question every week, and they go, it isn't, it's not. Oh, I can't see one. They know that question that's coming, but sometimes that instant reaction is to say, it isn't. But if you get really present and look at how it's serving you in your world, you'll be surprised. And this is another level of being able to level up and stepping out of that comfort zone. So when we talk about this, we talk about, I've talked a little bit about how to change it. So it's wise for you to choose a challenge that's important to you rather than somebody else giving you a challenge. If you're sitting in that comfortable zone and you are plateau, complacent, just blah, as saying that, the universe is going to give you a challenge, or someone's going to give you a challenge, or whatever you want to call it, it's going to give you a challenge to allow you to level up. Because we do want to level up in life. You want to be a better version of who you are, even if you are phenomenal where you are. Top sports people go out and they level up. CEOs go out and they level up. Parents go, how can I do this differently? How can I do this? They get into a new relationship. How can I do this differently? How can I save more money? How can I invest my money wisely? How can I do this? How can I shift my body? How can I change my thought pattern? It's all about leveling up and not being sitting in that comfortable zone. So when we think about it, it's really important to choose that challenge. However, when you choose that challenge, you must choose it from you, not for anybody else. This will be really good if I do this for my family. This will be really good if I do this for my boss. This will be really good if I do this for my partner. This will be really good if I do this for, the universe, whatever, my colleagues. No, you have to do it for you. If you can't do it for you alone, you're not going to succeed in that, and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get to that burnt out level. I can assure you of that. I've seen thousands of people who have done things for other people and they get to that point of burnout. So do it for you. Pick that challenge that's going to help you level up. Everyone else will get on your train or they won't. It's not about them. They've got their own challenge. Choose what's best for you and do that. So when you choose that challenge, whatever that challenge is, make it a decent challenge. Make it a reasonable challenge, but not an easy challenge. Make it a reasonable challenge, but not an easy challenge, because you don't want to go, oh, I'm going to read one book in a month. That's pretty easy for some people. If you say I'm going to read this book in a day, that could be a little bit of a challenge. But make sure your challenge is a decent challenge that's going to invigorate you. It helps build into your world whatever it is that's going on. It helps up-level you in those areas of life. And it's something that's inspiring for you but not something that's going to be so hard that you may not achieve, and then you're going to go back down in the slumps. Oh, Danny. Comfortable place. This is perfect for you, Danny. Thanks for joining. That I quite like that. That's I'm sure you're getting some golden nuggets here. So once you've chosen that challenge and you've made sure it's a decent challenge, but it's not an easy challenge, stick to it. And when I say stick to it, make it happen. Get moving on it. What do you need? Do you need to get other people on board? Do you need to talk to somebody? Do you need to read something? Do you need to watch something? Do you need to contact me? What is it you need to do to get that challenge moving? Do you need to talk to someone who's been through that challenge before, or something? Is there something inspiring for you? So you must look at that challenge as a challenge, not look at it as, oh, this is easy, I can do this. I can put my mind to anything and do stuff. We all can put our mind to anything and do stuff. But it's just making sure that challenge is strong enough for you. And tell a couple of people about it who are going to help you and make you accountable. So if you're going to say, I'm cutting out sugar this month, which is actually going to be perfect because there's only a few more days left of the month, if that's what you want to do, then tell those others who can help you. But you're going to have to be very clear that you don't want them to nitpick you all the time, or you do. It's whatever it is, but they're going to put their spin on it. So if you want to get those other people on board, do that. But do what's best for you and what sits in your heart, because this challenge has to be yours and yours alone. If you feel you are getting burnt out, if you feel you're getting frazzled and frustrated with something, if you feel that is happening to you, it's wise to get pen and paper and sit down and go, what happened to me today? How did that support me, and what's important? So if you've had any chaos, any challenge that is getting you burnt out, sit down, pen and paper, and I say pen and paper because your brain thinks differently from your pen to the paper, and ask, how did that challenge support me? How did that challenge up-level me? How did that event, if you want to call it an event, not challenge, whatever it is, how did that, whatever it is, support me, and what's important to me? And what's important to your vision of where you're going, and your mission of where you're going, to those around you, your communication. You know, there's 7 areas of life, spiritual, mental, business, vocational, social, physical, family, and one more, and I can't think of the other one. I'll bang them in the notes here. And so they're finance, maybe it's money, I don't know. And so how did that help you in all those areas? How does that challenge, that event, whatever you want to label it as, help you in getting to where you are right now? And that just allows you to settle your mind down, calm yourself, and just get a little bit of an understanding of what's going on around you and why. So what I'd love you to do is I'd love you to go, what's the challenge you're going to give yourself? What is the challenge you are going to give yourself today, this week, this month, next week, next month, whatever it is, 6 months? What is that goal? What is that achievement you'd love to do for yourself? What is that you would love to do, and how are you going to get it? So let us know what that challenge is. I haven't actually thought of a challenge yet. I've been thinking all morning of a challenge, but I'm not stuck on what particular one I really want. So this is Deborah walking her talk, saying, just get it. Choose a challenge and move on, make it happen. So I'll let you know in the notes the challenge I've chosen and how I'm going to go about getting it. I would love to hear your challenge. We all have them. Don't get yourself burnt out. I'm just a message away. Thank you for joining me here today, and let that comfortable zone go. We've got better things to do, haven't we? So thank you everyone for joining me. If you've got any questions, let me know. Other than that, I will see you next week, or next time you watch my next Facebook Live or my video. So are you too comfortable? I don't know. Are you? And what are you going to do about it? Thanks for joining me. I value you a lot, and I will see you next time. Oh, hi Bernadine. Thanks for joining. See everybody.